When most people look at their lives, they see closed doors everywhere. A closed door to opportunities they hoped for. A closed door to healing they've prayed for. A closed door to the job, the relationship, the financial breakthrough, the peace of mind they've been waiting on for years. And when we see those doors shut in our faces long enough, it's easy to feel like maybe those doors were never meant for us to walk through. But I want you to lean in for a moment, because what I'm about to share with you isn't just another motivational line or another feel-good phrase. It's a spiritual truth that has changed the trajectory of countless lives, and it's about to become real for you too. There's a simple phrase, just 6 words, but when spoken with faith, spoken with boldness, spoken with the authority God placed inside you, it has the power to shift the atmosphere around you. It has the power to unlock doors you thought were permanently sealed. It has the power to guide your steps into places you were told you'd never enter. And those 6 words are this: I believe, I receive, I walk. Say it again. I believe, I receive, I walk. One more time. I believe, I receive, I walk. These aren't magic words. They're not a shortcut, not a hack, not a superstition. These words are a declaration. They're a position of your heart. They're a statement of trust in the God who promised that when you ask, you shall receive. When you seek, you shall find. And when you knock, the door will open. Not might open. Not someday maybe if you're lucky. No, the door will open. But let's be honest, saying those words is the easy part. Believing them, that's where the battle is. So let's start with the first part. I believe. Belief isn't passive. It isn't wishful thinking. It isn't sitting back hoping something will happen. Belief is active. Belief is a decision. Belief is choosing to trust God's promise even when the evidence in front of you feels like it contradicts everything you've prayed for. Belief means you refuse to surrender to fear, even when fear is screaming louder than your faith. Belief means you choose expectation over discouragement. Belief means you decide that God is still writing your story, even when you feel stuck on the same page. Some of you have been told your dream is unrealistic, that your vision is too big, that your goals don't make sense. But belief doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. Belief isn't for spectators. Belief is for you. And belief is the key that starts the process of the door opening. Now that brings us to the second part. I receive. Now this may be the hardest part for many people. Not because God doesn't give, but because we don't know how to receive. America is full of people who work hard, push hard, hustle every day, and that's good. But somewhere along the way, many of us learn to feel unworthy of blessings unless we've sweat and bled for them. We learn to feel guilty for good things. We learn to talk ourselves out of God's favor. We learn to say things like, it's too much for me, or I don't deserve that, or that kind of blessing is for other people, not someone like me. But here's the truth. If God has prepared something for you, your job isn't to earn it, it's to receive it. Some blessings come because you worked for them. Others come because you walked in obedience. But there are blessings God gives simply because He loves you, because He is good, because He is a Father who delights in giving His children gifts. Receiving requires humility. It requires surrender. It requires letting go of the idea that everything in life has to be a struggle. God does not need your struggle for Him to bless you. He needs your openness. He needs your willingness to receive what He's been trying to place in your hands. So say it again. I receive. Not because you earned it, not because you deserved it, but because God spoke it and you are ready to take hold of it. And now we come to the final part. I walk. This is where most people stop short. They believe, they even receive, but they never walk. They stay where they are, waiting for God to force them through the door. But that isn't how faith works. Walking means stepping forward even when the door looks closed. Walking means acting in expectation. Walking means preparing for the blessing before it arrives. Walking means moving even when the ground beneath you feels uncertain. Every time God opened a door in Scripture, the person had to walk through it. Noah had to build. Abraham had to leave. Moses had to step forward. Joshua had to march. Peter had to step out of the boat. Walking is your participation in God's promise. God opens the door. Only you can step through it. So when you say I walk, you're saying I walk in confidence. I walk in boldness. I walk in obedience. I walk in expectation. I walk knowing the door is already unlocked. There are people listening right now who have been standing in front of a closed door for months, maybe years. You've pushed. You've knocked. You've cried. You've prayed. You've wondered if God forgot about you. But today something shifts. Today faith rises again. Today, you speak in agreement with God's promise. Today you say, I believe, I receive, I walk. Say it again. Let it settle inside you. Let it rise in your spirit. Because there is a door God is about to open for you, not in some distant future, but in this season, a door to a breakthrough in your finances, a door to healing in your relationships, a door to clarity in your calling, a door to peace that keeps you steady in the storm, a door to opportunities bigger than your resume, your background, or your past mistakes. And before that door opens, God is preparing you. You're not being delayed. You're being developed. You're not being denied. You're being positioned. You're not being overlooked. You're being prepared to outgrow the place you're standing in so you can walk confidently into the place He's leading you. But hear me clearly. The door doesn't open just because you want it to. It opens because you stand in faith, because you speak with authority, because you align your heart with God's promise. That's why I want you to say these 6 words 3 times. Not because repeating them unlocks doors, but because speaking them reminds your spirit who you are and what God already said. Speaking them aligns your heart with heaven's plan. Speaking them strengthens your faith to walk into what God has prepared for you. Say it now. I believe. I receive. I walk. Again. I believe. I receive. I walk. One more time. I believe. I receive. I walk. Let those words become your declaration every morning. Speak them when you wake up. Speak them when doubt creeps in. Speak them when fear tries to lower your expectations. Speak them when the enemy tries to whisper that nothing is changing. Speak them when you're waiting on your miracle. Because every time you speak those words, you are choosing faith over fear. You are choosing hope over discouragement. You are choosing movement over stagnation. You are choosing to step into the life God designed for you. Doors open for people who walk. Blessings reach people who position themselves for them. Miracles show up for people who stay ready to receive. And favor flows in the lives of those who believe. Your life is not stuck. Your destiny is not delayed. Something is shifting even now. God is working behind the scenes in ways you can't see. The connections are being aligned. The opportunities are being prepared. The solutions are forming. The healing is happening. The provision is moving toward you. And when the moment comes, when the door you've been praying for swings open, you won't be surprised. You won't be intimidated. You won't be hesitant. You will walk with confidence because you've already spoken it. You've already believed it. You've already received it. Your words shape your expectation. Your expectation shapes your actions. Your actions shape your destiny. This is your moment to shift from waiting to walking, from doubting to believing, from surviving to thriving. And when you look back on this moment, you will remember that the turning point wasn't when the door opened. The turning point was when your faith opened. The turning point was when you decided to declare, I believe, I receive, I walk. Say it with your whole heart. Speak it with authority. Let your spirit rise. Let your faith move. Let your steps align. Because every door, yes, every single one that God intended for you will open. Say it. I believe. I receive. I walk.